Welcome everybody back to this Spurs 9501 vlog. We're going to talk about, we're going to have a chat about the win against Stoke, and we're into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, no less, which is great. So, as of when we have the chat, Everton haven't played Manchester United, so we know the draw later. We've got Inky, Jam, and Cam with us as usual. I'm going to go through the teams very quickly. Cam is going to give us a bit of history with Stoke, and then we're going to have a quick discussion about what we thought, and then see what we can do in this cup, see if we think we can win it. So let me go through the teams. I've got them here. So we've got Lloris in goal, Doherty, Sanchez, Dyer, and Davis at the back, Højbjerg, Winks, and Dele in midfield, and Lucas, Bale, and Kane up front. We'll talk a little bit about Dele Alli's performance as well, which wasn't too bad, but whether it's enough to keep him in the team or in the cup, I don't know. So, right, I'm going to hand over now to Cam to give us a bit of history. Steve, are you still with us?
I'm with you. Just a little bit of history for you guys. Thanks for welcoming us back, Ray. Nice to be back again so quickly. Good result. We've played Stoke 97 times. We've actually lost against Stoke 26 times, drawn 20 times, but we've beaten them 49 times. The interesting stat is that we haven't lost against Stoke in the last 6 games we played, including today, going back to 2016. We last lost 3-1 in 2015 against Stoke. Good record against Stoke. Kane's got one of his best records ever against Stoke. 6 games, 10 goals. Can't beat that, really.
Really good. Okay, excellent. Good stuff. So let's talk a match. I want to come to Steve first. Talk us through your thoughts about the match, Steve, and specifically look at the performance of some of the people that came in, like Sanchez and Doherty, Dele Alli. Let's talk about how those guys did, and see, put a pretty strong team out. So how do you think those guys did, and how do you think the match went?
Well, I think it was a strong team. It was a good team for that match. I think all the players who came in did okay. Sanchez and Doherty still have a mistake in them. Dele Alli did lose possession, I think, for their goal in midfield when he tried one of his flicks and then they broke. And whether you can blame him entirely for that, given there were a couple of other opportunities to clear it, probably not. And I was quite pleased to see Dele Alli, actually. It was a cameo role. He did a couple of nutmegs on the same player when probably should just passed it first time and rather than play around as he did. But I thought he did okay. I don't think he's done enough to get in the starting 11. And I don't think either Sanchez or Doherty has either. Presumably, Aurier was being sort of punished for his rashness in the penalty incident at the weekend. But we'll have to see what the team is for the Premier League, which is the important one, really. I thought they played okay. I did get a sense of inevitability about it, which is rare with Spurs. I thought we were going to win, and in the end we did, and we could have won more. The Son goal, which was disallowed, was clearly onside, which was a shame. That would have been 4-1. I wondered, should we have taken Kane off as soon as he scored? Possibly even before, to be honest, because we don't want him to get injured. And I think he's looking as tired as Højbjerg is at the minute. So if this was an opportunity to rest either of them. The other thing is, I think the goals were coming. Well, if you look at Kane's goal, that was because Sissoko did a first-time pass rather than dwelling on the ball and turning and going backwards. That early pass and the early cross from Winks for our first goal, for Bale's goal, it's about doing things early and doing things quickly. And we did that in patches, and we need to take that into the Premier League and do that more often.
Yeah, okay, good stuff. Jam, give us your thoughts on the match. And I want you specifically to also look at the players that came in, like Steve said, Dele Alli, Sanchez, Winks, Doherty. How did these guys do? Do you think they did enough to force themselves into the game against Wolves?
So I don't know if any of them are going to start against Wolves. I don't think any of us would want them to start against Wolves. But I think Dele and Winks particularly did a good job. They both played well. Dele, he's still the same old Dele. He's going to just mess around a lot. He's going to lose the ball a lot. He's going to take half shots, and he could have taken a more committed shot. But he's getting better, and I think it's nice to have him there. I think the best player to have back today was Lamela. We've been missing him. It's excellent to see him back. Winks is going to be essential because we have only him as our only other central midfield player that's going to come. So we need him. We need him to be playing. And Sanchez and who else came in? Doherty. I don't know. Doherty has still yet to impress, but he didn't have much to do today, so we'll see. I don't know who I want to start against Wolves. You know, Aurier is a liability.
Next.
Yeah, somewhere else. Like they're
That's
don't
fine.
listen.
That's fine. It's not a problem.
They don't
Okay,
listen.
great.
It's her birthday. You give her a break today.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday to her.
So Kamal, let's hear from you now. Same question. How did the new guys do? How was the performance?
Well, I mean, I think that what made you probably saw the message I sent you on WhatsApp, which was what a great leap but miss by Sanchez. So confused, the Stoke player, towards the end of the game, that when he got a free header, he didn't know what to do. Because he couldn't believe that this guy just jumped up like a ballerina and completely missed the ball. It was actually comical if it wasn't so serious. Luckily, we were 3-1 up at the time. Yeah. But, I mean, I thought Sanchez was awful. I'll be totally honest with you. I thought Doherty was absolutely a joke. I thought the first 20 minutes, I mean, I didn't even know Dele was on the pitch, to be honest with you. I mean, at least Bell was dropping back. He was doing something. He was trying to get the ball. He might not have been brilliant, but he was looking to try and get to the ball. Dele, I actually had to ask, where is he? I mean, yeah, okay, after 20, 25 minutes, he got some chances, fluffed his lines. I mean, those chances were goal to goal. Would Son have missed both of those? And that's position? No. If you're looking to be an attacking midfielder who's going to be doing those runs into the boxes like Poyet used to, then you know what? You need to be taking those chances. Otherwise, what role are you actually playing in the team? I want to know. He's not a midfielder that is giving us the thing that Eriksen gave us. So what he's giving us is that ghosting in, playing the ball early, like Steve said. He dwelt too long on the ball. Didn't like that one bit. And I agree with Jem. I think Lamela was great to see him come back, a niggly, dirty, a fighter, sticks his foot in where he needs to. He gets up, he gets on their back. He makes people angry, makes them miserable, and breaks up the game like nobody else does. And suddenly he can produce something sublime too. So I'm really pleased to see Lamela back. And it was great to see the way that Kane lashed that goal in. I mean, I know that the goal from Davis we're going to talk about. But when Kane got that ball, did anyone doubt it was not going to be a goal? Because he hit it with so much power. I thought the goalkeeper actually had to get out of the way. Otherwise, he would have probably ended up in hospital.
Yeah. Okay, great. So from my point of view, I think it was let's talk about the new players that came in. And firstly, I'm going to stick up for them. It's very difficult for people like Doherty, Sanchez, Dele. They're not playing at all, and then you expect them to come into a team and play like they've been playing in the first team all the time and to perform to the level of the others. I think firstly that's not fair, so we have to factor that in. Having said that, you don't expect them to make basic mistakes like Doherty made for the goal. Dele Alli should have put at least one of those chances away. Other than those chances, I think he was periphery. There was one, the breakaway, where he didn't know what to do and got dispossessed. Out of those, I think probably Dele had a decent enough game, but still not good enough to force himself into the team. Doherty needs to do a lot more, otherwise we're going to be stuck with Aurier. But when they equalised 1-1, I thought, here we go. And I think Mourinho was really worried then, and that's when he took Son on, put Sissoko on, because, we were actually I thought we could have lost this game if we hadn't brought those substitutions on. So fair play to that. But a win is a win, you take it, and we'll see where we go from here. But at the end of the day, let's talk about the goals. And the first goal from Gareth Bale. Steve, talk us through it. What's your take on that goal? Then we'll go through the other guys for the other goals. But what's your take on the Gareth Bale goal?
Well, I thought it was a good goal, and it stems from an early cross by Winks. And it was a good cross. I think there was another Spurs player behind Bale who may have also got something on it. But it was about the delivery and the fact that it was early. And obviously Bale put in a good little sort of dinked header. I don't think the goalkeeper had any chance with it. Bale's always been good in the air, but he didn't even have to jump. I think he probably had to stoop in order to head this one into the corner. So it was a good goal, but it was produced because we were doing things quickly and early.
Okay. And what about when you say the delivery, you mean the pace was on the ball, so you didn't have to get it
The pace was just right from Winks. And I know that we don't necessarily always think that's the case with Winks.
Okay.
Normally, I think he could be a bit negative, and I think the temptation, even in that position, was probably to recycle the ball, and he chose right, which is get the ball in the box, and things do happen when you get the ball into the box if the delivery's right, and it was, and we got a good goal from that, and I think that's good for Bale as well. We need for him to get more into the pace of the Premier League, and to ease himself into more regular playing time for us.
Well, let me talk about the second goal, and then I'm going to ask Jam to talk about the third goal. I'm going to ask Kamal to talk about the Stoke goal and why we conceded that. So in terms of the second goal, I know Ben Davies has got a great shot on him. I've seen him have shots like that many times. So I know the guy's got a great shot on him. But the problem is, half the time they don't go in. But when they go in and they're on target, this guy's got a great shot. So it was a really good shot, and it went in. And we needed that goal because we were being a bit dodgy at that time, I think. They'd equalised to 1-1. And, they had a few, potential I won't even call them half chances, quarter chances. So, I think that will give Ben Davies a lot of confidence. I think he will thrive on the competition from Reguilon. And I think Reguilon is our first starter in the Premier League. But I think Ben Davies is improving as we go along. And I'm happy for him that he got that goal. I think Mourinho likes him because he can drop back as a third centre-half in the back five. So, yeah, that was good. Jam, talk us through the third goal from Harry Kane and the build-up. And, Kane is Kane, basically. But how did we score that goal? What do you think happened there?
So all my memory for that goal is fresh. I don't think I've seen the highlights of it yet. But it happened so quickly. Like my dad said, Kane, when he gets in that position, is not gonna miss. He's like hits the ball in a powerful way that it swerves. Like you'll see, it's going straight to the keeper and just like goes up and around him essentially. And it's what top strikers do. And they're gonna keep scoring when they're in that position. By that time, it looked like we had the match wrapped up. But like you said, that second goal was the real important one because we were on the back foot when that was happening. So
an assist for the GOAT, Moussa Sissoko, the GOAT.
Oh, that's right.
Greatest of all time. A good assist for him, As Steve said, the reason that came along because it was first time. He didn't dwell on it. First time pass, Kane ran onto it and put it away. So I think he deserves a bit of credit for that as well, Sissoko. He gets a lot of stick.
Yeah. Can I just add to that and say, I know you want me to talk about their goal, but I just wanted to add to that, it did come from a Stoke error in the middle where the guy fluffed his lines, lost it, passed to Sissoko. So it's good to see we're not the only ones who made that kind of mistake, right?
As I said in the previous video, every goal can be traced back initially to a mistake by the opponent. Every goal, without fail.
And without doubt, so can Stoke's goal, because the one that they scored. From absolutely nowhere, they came in the second half. It looked like a completely different team. In the first half, I don't believe they had a touch in our box. They had no shots off target or on target. They looked like they were never going to score. They were never. They were not closing down. They were not running. They were doing absolutely nothing. Why we were not 5-0 up by then, I don't know. All I can do is blame Dele Alli's finishing. But their goal, suddenly they look like a different team. In one mistake in midfield, as Steve said, from Dele, passed it, crossed it over. Lloris looked asleep. Dyer looked asleep. Sanchez was just like he didn't even know whether to turn right or left. If you look at him when the player took him on, he's going that way, or he didn't know where to go that way, backwards or forwards. And Doherty was like us, sitting in the audience, clapping.
I think Lloris would have come out for that, wouldn't he? Lloris would
we had 5 players. There's Lloris thinking near post, right? Looking down there. To be beaten at that near post, it's got to be something very special. I didn't think it was that special. It was their only shot on target. He looked at it, didn't get anywhere near it.
Lloris won't be happy being beaten at his near post like that.
Absolutely. I put it down to the fact that Dyer stopped because he thought Sanchez was going to take this guy. Sanchez didn't know whether the guy was going to go left or was going to go to his right, so Sanchez just stood there completely lost. So the guy just passed the ball over. Doherty stood there admiring the pass because he wasn't even in the picture, right? I mean, in the Premiership, if we played like that in the Premiership, we would have probably conceded another 15 to 20 goals at least, right?
Okay.
I would say,
So,
So should they have scored? Was it a good goal? Yeah, for Stoke it was a good goal. Was it absolutely appalling defensive display? Yes, it was.
Okay. I mean, we've said enough about the match. I think it's a win is a win. It was a scrappy match. Pitch isn't the best of all time, so it's a good win. We're into the semi-finals. Hopefully we get Brentford in the next round. But knowing our luck, we'll probably get Man United or Man City or Everton, one of those guys. We've got a few minutes left now. I mean, that match, we've spoken about it. I want to talk a bit about the January transfer window. We're going to do a few videos in the transfer window to talk about that. But before we leave, I want each of you to give me the name of 3 Spurs players that you want to sell in the transfer window. So I'm going to start with Steve. Give me the name of 3 players that you want to sell. Forget about what price you're going to get with them. Who do you want to sell in the transfer window?
Kane, Son. No, I'm joking. It's right.
If you said that, if you carried on, I would have cut you off.
I think if we can get a lot of money for Dele Alli, we should.
Okay, forget about the money. Who do you want to get rid of?
Who do I want? I don't really want to get rid of him. I don't really want to get rid of.
Okay, fine. So Dele's not one of your three.
But I would. I mean, I'm not a fan of Aurier. I'm not a fan of Sanchez.
Yeah.
And I think probably Winks is not really first team material. I think he's okay for this game.
Yeah.
So I would probably go with those three.
That's Aurier, Sanchez, and Winks. I think a couple of those are going to be quite popular in this. I'm going to go to Kamal now. You've got three people. Daniel Levy says, I'll sell three people. Tell me who they are. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say Sanchez. I'm going to say Gazzaniga.
Okay.
And I'm going to say send back Gedson Fernandez and save that
Gedson's on loan, so he doesn't really count. I want to talk about a permanent player signed contract with us.
Permanent player, I would say one other player that I would definitely think about getting rid of, which is going to be very unpopular, is Ndombele.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah. What about you, Jam? You got three players you can sell. Who are you going to be?
So I think Sanchez is everyone's top of the list because he's an unfortunate player. You know, we've given him a lot of years and time, and he has not proved his worth. Unfortunate for him. The other one's tough. You know, Gazzaniga hasn't really ever. He made one mistake in one match, and then never got a real fair shout again. Is Joe Hart really that much of a better keeper at 35 than Gazzaniga is at 20, whatever he is? You know, but I feel like the guy should get some game time somewhere else if he was a sensible.
So we've got Sanchez, Gazzaniga. Who's number three?
Number three.
You need to put your head up a bit.
Tough. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's tough. That's a tough one. I don't want to sell Aurier. I'm trying to think of any fringe players that I can add in there.
No, first teamers. I'm talking about first team.
Yeah, we need everyone else. Yeah.
Okay, so you're only going to get rid of two, then, yeah?
Only going to get rid of two.
Okay, now it's my time. I've been waiting for this. Sanchez, you don't have to bother. Everybody knew it was going to be Sanchez.
Okay.
Sanchez, Aurier, and Winks. Those three have to leave. If I had a choice of four, Dele Alli would be in there as well, because I just don't think he can survive in a Mourinho team.
But can I just ask you one thing? Both of you and Steve had added Winks, and purposely Jam hasn't, because Jam made a very important point, was that who's the backup for Sissoko and Højbjerg if any one of them gets injured? We've only got Winks. Who else can you put in there?
No,
how can you sell your only backup?
The flip side of the question I asked about who you would get in, and we can discuss this now or later, is who would you buy in? And I'm talking about getting Marcel Sabitzer in from RB Leipzig, because I think he'd be 10 times better than Winks. Scores goals, tracks backs, good player. You know, that's what I'm thinking. What about you guys? Before we close, is there any specific players you say you'd really like to get him in? I mean, Kamal, I know you got a player you want to get in. Why don't you just tell us who that is?
I think that Ericsson was put up for sale today by Inter, officially put on the transfer list. Good business would be to get him in for £2 to £3 million. That means we've made ourselves another 10 million in a year. And he's got a point to prove. I know that he was very poor in the last season, but he's got a point to prove. One of the things that he did say, that he wouldn't go to Man United and Arsenal because he didn't want to be seen to be coming back to the Premier League with his tail between his legs. But coming back to Spurs is a different story. And I just don't know that we have anybody that fills that role right now, to be honest with you.
Ndombele, when he gets up to speed, will be the man, Ndombele.
Well, Ndombele, I must say, why did I put him on my list? I put him on my list for two things. He started off brilliantly. Last 3 or 4 games, he's been very, very poor. His ability to keep the ball, hold the ball, attract 5 players is second to nobody in the whole Premiership. I agree with that. What happens next is very, very little. And that is the problem. We could get big money for Ndombele, which would allow us to bring in your Sabitzers and everybody else. And that's why I had him on my list.
Okay. Steve, who would you bring in? Anybody in mind?
Oh, I'm a Messi on a free. I don't really know. I think the Leipzig Marcel chap is probably the sort of player that we might be able to pick up for a reasonable amount, a sort of Højbjerg type player.
What about Jack Grealish?
That's probably it. I think we've got a good enough squad to compete, and a squad in depth. And I know we talked earlier about, you know, he's young, but getting Skip back on loan, he would perform the role that Winks does. I think he's a good player.
Steve, if our first teamers are all fit, I agree with you. But if we get a few injuries, we don't have the strength in depth.
And I think it's tricky to get players to come and be an understudy to a player we've already got. We had that with Kane, didn't we? We couldn't get a forward to come to us and know they're going to be on the bench. So we're looking for young potential rather than established players.
Okay, one name I'm going to throw at you, Jem, is Juventus. The old lady's going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. Andrea Pirlo, they've lost a lot of games. What about Paulo Dybala?
Yeah.
I'd love to have him there. Love to have him on the team. He would fill out that.
Where would he fit though? Would it be a straight replacement for Dele Alli?
I mean, if we could trade him for Dele Alli, I'd snap their hand off all day long. You know,
I'd drive him to Juventus.
I'd drive him there myself, exactly. But honestly, I think the most important role that we need in the first team is I mean, we have a cover for it and we have a position for it, but it's Sissoko's position because we need someone alongside Højbjerg. What's his name? The bloke that you mentioned.
Sabitzer.
Sabitzer. He could be a good player, but who was also supposed to be a good player? And Ndombele, who was supposed to play that position.
Agreed.
Just cannot play that position.
We don't know. It's a leap of
Lo
faith.
Celso has not been able to fill that role either, who could have or should have. Getson Fernandes, another central midfielder we played, who has not filled that, So we're left with Winks and Sissoko. I think we need an established player to fill Sissoko's role. Apart from that, also a replacement for Alderweireld. He's
I think Joe Rodon's the guy.
last big season. We'll see. Why hasn't he got his chance yet?
We've got to give Rodon some playing time. He needs playing time.
Well, Rodon had a reason for not being in it. He was unwell or something. These Welsh players get sick very quickly, I've noticed.
Okay, guys. So listen, before we close, I want a prediction. We're going to do our post-match Boxing Day for Wolves match. I want a prediction from everybody, and then we'll close the vlog. So come on, Steve, you go first. What's the score, Wolves-Tottenham?
I think we should beat them 2-1. We can't keep a clean sheet.
No, we can't.
So I'm going for 2-1.
Okay, Jam, I'm going to come to you now.
I usually go very positive with the predictions, but I think it's going to be a tough match. They just lost, and they're not a bad team, so it's going to be a tough 1-0, 2-1.
To who?
To us. We're going to win.
2-1. Both going 2-1. Cam?
Well, I think a 1-0. I'll take a 1-0. But I'm a bit afraid we might end up with a 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cam. I think we're not good enough to beat Wolves. I think I'm going to go with a 1-1 here. So I think that. But listen, before we close, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. All our fans, all of you guys. Everybody have a great Christmas and a great break, and then we'll reconvene on Boxing Day to discuss hopefully a win against Wolves. We'll see.
But you do know though, before we go, you do know that Steve will have a massive hangover on Boxing Day, right?
I know, but he might actually talk some sense then.
Absolutely.
Likely, very unlikely.
I've had a lot of requests in saying if you would wear a Santa hat for the next vlog.
Of course. Goes without saying.
Steve's going to wear a Santa hat for the next vlog, okay?
I've put my Santa hat on too.
I'll have to make one. We'll sort something out. Yeah.
I'm going to join the vlog just to see that. It's worth joining.
Excellent. Good.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Like that.
Come on, you
Thank
Spurs.
you. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.